Hi, what's up, friends? Happy Monday. It's Cooper. Oh, I'm so happy to connect with you all. Okay, I just wanted to gosh, it feels like it's been a minute since I've shared some little nuggets with you. That, as always, I sincerely hope that this helps you feel energized, inspired, allows you to take some tangible things and really put them to work in your life, in your business, to help you get to the next level, whatever it is you're chasing after. And so, for those, would that be all right with you guys? Let me know. Make sure you say hello if you're tuning in live. Hello, Kirsty. How are you, beautiful? So here's the deal, guys. I was talking to my bestie Mindo, my besto for the resto Mindo this morning, and we every time we get chatting, we always have it's always great conversation. I hope that each of you, in fact, let me ask you, do each of you guys have a power partner that, notice I didn't say accountability buddy. There's a big difference between an accountability buddy and a power partner. You can even just feel the difference when I say those words, right? When it's a power partner, we're talking someone that we're swapping ideas with, and we're contributing to the partnership and to the growth of the other person. It's not like, hey, did you do your post today? Or hey, did you do your follow-ups? It's like, no, we're in it to win it. We are power. We are like power playing things off one another so that we're constantly in a state of growth. Hello, Debbie. How are you? Well, in any event, I sincerely hope that you guys have one, because it's been each of my power partnerships that I've had. There's no financial gain with any of the ones that I've ever had in my entrepreneurial experience. And they've been some of the most fruitful relationships and most contributory to any successes that I've had in my entrepreneurial career. I attribute a lot of it to power partnerships. So, um, just for those of you that I have not met before, you're probably like, who is this crazy lady that seems like she's like a cheerleader? I was a cheerleader in my past life. I did it professionally too. So what you are feeling is probably accurate. My name is Jen Cooper, everybody. Everybody calls me Coop, though. Here's a virtual fist pump or a high five if this is the first time that we're meeting. And so I have been in the sales arena. I have been in the sales industry for over 20 years now. I started at the very, very bottom. There was not a lot of hope for me. I knew that I loved what I brought to the table, but I had no idea what I was doing in regards to sales and closing techniques. I loved people. I loved my product and my services, but I had a really difficult time, to say the least, articulating and navigating successful sales cycles. Has anybody ever felt that way? Drop some hearts in the comments if you've ever questioned yourself if you are in sales and any type of sales and closing or marketing profession, and that requires you to do sales, and you're like, I just don't feel like a great salesperson. Drop some hearts in the comments, because this is going to be for you. This conversation is for you guys, because I was you guys. That was me. And so obviously, I fumbled my way along, failure to failure. What does Les Brown say? Success is moving failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. That was me. I had nothing to go on, guys. I had nothing to go on. I had no reason to believe that I could be successful in sales and closing business and high amounts of dollars in volume. I'm talking millions in volume in my previous medical career. I had no reason to believe that I could do it, other than the fact that one person, when I was waiting tables, one of my 3 jobs at that time as a young adult, I had 3 jobs. I was busting it day in and day out, and I was still worried that me and my cats were gonna get thrown out on the streets because I could barely make rent. Even working though as furiously and frantically as I was all day, every day, I could still barely make ends meet. But when I was waitressing one night, one person told me that they thought I would be really good in sales. And I literally had no destination in my life. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had a college degree that I graduated in mental health counseling. And what I realized was I wasn't mentally and emotionally strong enough to move into that field. My empathy really is a blessing and also a curse of mine, because I feel it almost at an unhealthy level. Do I have any fellow empaths out there? drop the little heart fingers and hands. Then drop that emoji in the comments if you're a fellow empath. But long and short is, the only reason that I thought I should go into sales is because somebody thought I would be good at it. Guys, if that doesn't tell you, our words hold so much weight with people. And sometimes the only reason that we believe we can actually do something, even though we have nothing to go on, is because one other person believed that we could. Isn't that nuts? I encourage you, all of us, be that person for someone. But in any event, as I got in, so I went on from being dead last in my sales profession. I was in medical sales, and I started out at the bottom, was about to get canned, and then I 10x my energy, 10x my skill set development, which is what we're going to be talking about right on this little conversation. And I really, really think that this is going to help someone out there that is just looking to get ahead in life and in business. I think this is going to be really helpful for you, because it's exactly what I've done. And I have proof of concept that this system to develop more skill sets, I have proof of concept over and over and over and over that it actually does work. And I want to help you guys be able to do this. Hi, Sue. So does that sound okay? Would that be helpful for you guys? Does that sound good? And if you're catching this on a podcast, I'd love to hear you guys. Come in my inbox. Let me know what you guys think of it. And by the way, friends, if you're not subscribed to my podcast, it's called Crave the Close. Do I have any? Drop a hashtag Crave the Close in the comments. We have a free sales training community, and we also have a whole podcast series called Crave the Close. My best selling and closing techniques, my best selling conversations, tips, nuggets, and strategies, all those things that literally I made an absolute ass of myself for a very long time so that I could figure it out and be able to pay it forward to you. So anyways, all right. What I would love to hear is, what type of business are you guys in? What sector of business are you in? Or what do you do for a living? I'd love to hear, because no matter what you are doing right now, and even if you're not in business, maybe you're one of my friends that's not in business, but you're a go-getter and you're driven and you have goals in your life. Maybe you have health goals, maybe you have financial goals. This is going to help you as well. So here's my system. And the reason that I develop systems for things is because, has anybody ever felt like, you know what you want to do, but you're kind of like all over the place, like scatterbrained. Your brain is like in a blender without the lid on it. You don't really know like what you should be focusing in on at that moment to get yourself moving forward. Has anybody ever wondered that before? Have you ever been in a moment like that? Because I have been in those moments so many times, especially earlier on in my career. And what I learned was, when I developed a systematic approach to even creating my route plan for the day when I was in medical sales, even if it was as simple as having a system to optimize my stops along my route and who I was going to go see that day. I started noticing and correlating that anytime I had a habitual practice in place over a skill set that was required in order for me to achieve a goal, anytime I had any of those skill sets that were required, I noticed when I had a system in place, and even better, if it was simple, it was so much more effective if it was simple, right? Anything that was complicated, I don't know if I just have small brains. I don't know if I just have a limited capacity. I don't know. It had to be simple. But I found when I didn't have a systematic approach to things, I was more scattered. And you guys tell me, when you feel scatterbrained, what does that feel like? What kinds of feelings does that generate when you feel scatterbrained? Drop it in the comments. Because for me, I would feel stressed. I felt stressed. Like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing? What is most important? Oh, I'll do a little bit of this and then a little bit of that. And oh, I'll catch this person talking about that. And oh, this person said, read that book. So I'll read that. And it was always reactionary. And I found when I reacted to things, I felt more stressed. I felt more anxious. So we all know skill sets are what's required in order to achieve any goal that you want in your life, pretty much anything in life, and especially in business. Let's talk more about business today, but this system definitely applies to life goals as well. So the first thing I do is I'll take the goal at hand. Let's talk about 8.5 years ago when I started in the network marketing profession. My goal was to eventually earn enough income so that my husband could decide if he wanted to stay at work or if he wanted to try something else, or if he wanted to, I wanted to create options. And by the way, that is still my goal. I would love to know your goal in business. What is the purpose? What are you chasing in your business right now? Because for me, when I started network marketing, it was literally to create options for our family. Okay, options for my husband. And so I took the goal. Okay, network marketing. As I started feeling things out in the profession, I started kind of picking up on some things, on some skill sets that were required in order for me to earn more income like I wanted to in my business. So what I want you to do, the first step of the system, is to take your goal at hand and literally brain dump all the skills, all the skill sets required in order to do great at that thing. Okay. If you don't know the skill sets required, I'm going to send you directly to Google or ChatGPT or even YouTube. Well, actually, YouTube really wouldn't be necessary. We're trying to brain dump, probably more so in text form, all the skill sets, or the most pertinent skill sets required in order to do well. In my case, to do well in network marketing. I kind of started picking up on all these skill sets. Selling and closing was something that, yes, is required, but that was something that I was already coming in with some experience. Now, I have noticed that there's lots of people in network marketing that don't have, actually most of them, don't have the background that I did in sales and closing. However, maybe somebody was in management in their job. So they were used to leading others, guiding others, and whatnot. That was something that was newer to me, because where I came from, it was basically you are the producer. It's not exactly a team effort. You know what I mean? So the second thing you do as part of this system to develop your skill sets is you take what you brain dumped, all the skill sets required to win at what it is you want to do. I want you to force rank them literally prioritize, excuse me, literally prioritize them. What is the most important skill set that you feel, or it is your understanding, this is the most important skill set required in order to succeed at what you want to do? Now, granted, there's probably many skill sets, right? That's why I'm telling you, part of the system has got to be to prioritize them. Okay, now let me give you an example. So if you're in network marketing, drop in the comments, what are some skill sets that are required to develop some, to develop some proficiency in, or at the very least, begin growing these skill sets? I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the skill sets required in network marketing in order to succeed? Because here's what's interesting to me. Isn't it funny how most people that join network marketing, they've got big dreams, they've got a vision, they've got hope, they like the idea of the financial flexibility, they like the idea of working it on their own time, they like the idea of working it from their phone, but most of them don't know anything about networking and don't know anything about marketing. Yet they wonder, well, why isn't this working for me? Or they'll give it a try. And then when I say try, I mean, they'll post a little bit on social media and then they'll wonder why it didn't work for them. And my question is it network marketing that didn't work? Or is it just a matter that we had more opportunity to develop more skill sets that we didn't have coming into it? I think it's really real. I see so many great people giving up on themselves too soon, guys. And I want to encourage you. I really want to encourage you. Don't allow your skill sets or don't allow your growth in your sector, say it's network marketing, don't allow yourself to be random. Random growth does not produce much results. That's why we're having this conversation today. So some of the examples of what's required in network marketing, here's a few off the top of my head, a few that I focus on heavily in my champion inner circle mastermind. We focus on daily method of operation, time optimization, right? Leadership, sales and closing, personal branding, both in person and in the online space, developing layered leadership inside our organizations, mindset transformation. Literally, when in doubt, if you're wondering why you're not growing, 9 out of 10 times, it's because you're focused more on growing your business versus growing yourself. I am a completely different person now than I was 8.5 years ago. And I think of all the people that didn't give themselves, guys, if it took you 4 years to earn a high 4-figure a month income, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, if it took you 4 years to earn 10K a month in your business, would it be worth it? Would it be worth trying to figure it out? You're not going to do that in 2 or 3 or 5 months or even a year, especially if you don't have mastery in some of those skill sets that I just suggested. Anyway, so how about mastery in social platforms? Value proposition content for your social media platforms. So those are just examples of skill sets that are required in order to succeed in network marketing. So now where are we? Take the goal at hand, brain dump the skills required to achieve that goal. Second thing is to force rank them in priority order of what you feel. They're all important, but what's the most important? At the top, down to the least important, even though they're all very important. Now, you're going to be growing some of these simultaneously, but I'm trying to give you a very specific, so that you're not random. I'm telling you, this is the system I use to develop any skill I've ever done. Number 3 is to take one skill set, preferably the one at the very top. Take one skill set and intentionally take yourself to school for the next semester. Drop it in the comments. Take yourself to school. You guys, we cannot possibly think that we should be good at something we don't have trained and executed experience with. We can't. We cannot. It is illogical. It is irrational. It makes no sense. Why in the world? I've always wanted to go snowboarding. Do I have any snowboarders here? Hands up if you're a snowboarder. I've always wanted to go snowboarding. If I go to a beautiful mountain and I put a snowboard on my feet for the first time, and literally after 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 3 hours later, I am still biting it left and right, would it make sense for me to be like, oh man, I'm so bad at this. Oh man, like I'm no good at this. I don't like this anymore. Like, it wouldn't even make sense for me to think that I should have been better at snowboarding when I've literally never put them on my feet. I've never stood on a board. Why in the world would I expect to be good at my first go? You know what I mean? So here's what we're going to do next. Number 3, take the top priority, take the top skill set required, take yourself to school for a semester. I want you literally this semester, and it's not saying the rest of them aren't important, but let me ask you an honest question. Do you find yourself sometimes sitting here like, oh, I should do some of my work now. Okay, I think I'll hop online. And you get on social and you're going in the scroll hole. Maybe you're looking at a few cool reels or short videos. Maybe you hop over to TikTok a minute and you're like, I should make a post today. And then you scroll across somebody really dynamic. Maybe this training. I'm just kidding. I'm not calling myself that, but you know what I mean. Have you ever scrolled past someone, even a sponsored ad, that your attention is captured, and you start attending this training of whomever is talking about whatever? And it's not something that you specifically put in your calendar. It's not something you specifically were focused on, but you accidentally stumbled over a training and then got really pulled into it because it was really good. And hands up if you've ever done that. Because I used to do that all the time. I wanted to soak in everything. And what I realized is random acts in your business produce very little result. Random acts in your skill set development make you kind of so, a little bit here and there, good at some things ish, maybe, but you don't master anything, do you? So what you're going to do is take yourself to school dedicated to that one skill set for one semester and literally execute your face off with the stuff that you are learning. Now you're like, oh my gosh, where do I find the stuff? Well, let me tell you what I did early in my entrepreneurial experience. If I was focusing on leadership and developing leaders, I was watching specifically live trainings or live streams around leadership in particular. I was looking into courses. I was literally Googling best courses to develop yourself as a leader, best coaches, best leadership coaches in the entrepreneurial space. I was literally key searching best coaches, best podcasts, best mentors, best trainings, best courses, all the things for leadership. If that's what I was focusing on at that time. You guys with me so far? Are you guys with me? I want to make this easier for you so that you're not random. Random is not going to give you the results that you deserve. And I know deep down you crave. By the way, why do you think I call it crave the close? Because I know that you're craving closing more business. I know deep down you want to do this. Say it's sales and closing. Okay, you got to find books, you got to find trainers, and if you're looking for a sales trainer, that's me. Drop #champion if you want to learn about my champion inner circle mastermind. Highly focused on modern day selling and closing conversations, techniques. We really dial into human behavior where you don't feel like a salesy, like used car salesman, but it feels good. It feels fulfilling. It feels like you're coming from a place of service. That is the type of sales conversations I train my champions to have every single day. And we literally, we talk back and forth almost like a walkie-talkie every single day, helping people strengthen their skill sets and execute their faces off through their sales conversations and sharpening their skills as they grow along. Why? Because if you can't close business, you got no business, right? I digress. I also, another tool, YouTube University. You guys, anybody go to YouTube University? Is a collegiate degree even relevant anymore? When literally everything you seek, everything you could ever want to learn is literally in the palm of your hand and on the device that you're probably watching or listening to me from right now. Isn't it wild? I spent so much time on YouTube when I first started. It's bananas. And guys, number 4, after the semester is up, where you've taken yourself to school, focusing on one skill set that's going to make a big difference in your business or in your life goal, whatever it is, move on to the next one and do the exact same thing. Wash, rinse, repeat again and again and again. And guess what? 8.5 years in my network marketing journey and my entrepreneurial experience, I'm still running through those same skill sets. Why? Because now I have, even though I've cycled through, say, mindset transformation. If I'm focusing, I have cycled through a few times now developing these skill sets. If I'm coming back to mindset transformation starting next week for that semester, right? It's a different space than I was 6 years ago, 8 years ago. It's completely, I am in a different space. The skill sets are still required. They're the same skill sets. But when I wash, rinse, repeat, and I keep cycling back, what does that do to all those skill sets? Guys, I promise you, there's no random ever in my personal development, in my development of my skill sets, and I don't feel stressed about it. I don't ever feel like I'm wondering what I should be doing. I know where I'm taking myself to school. I know what quote unquote courses I am paying attention to during that semester. And literally this particular skill set development cycle, this system is literally what made me number 1 in the nation in my medical sales career for 17 months straight. And then I think I dropped to like 3rd or 4th for a couple of years after that. Okay. Then when I started network marketing and I had no idea what I was doing, except I only knew how to sell product. But we all know that's not all it takes in network marketing, is it? It's not just a matter of selling product. That's how we start. That's how we get going. But when we get growing in different facets, that's when the game really gets so beautiful, challenging, but so beautiful. And I ran the exact same system as I learned skills in network or skill sets required in network marketing. And I have been a 6-figure earner or more since 2017 or 18, in between there, right? So I'm telling you, it works. It works. And it just gets better and better. You build brick by brick. Guys, was that helpful for you? This is literally steal it. This is literally my system to develop skill sets. And I'm telling you right now, friends, now more than ever and moving into the future, there will be no escaping skill sets required to succeed in businesses online, whether it's affiliate marketing, digital marketing, network marketing, bringing your small business online. There's never been a time that skill sets are absolutely required. Okay. Because the whole like click and buy, like fast buying, like, see the link in my bio, or like go see, here's my shopping link, go buy the thing. Those days are significantly slowing down. So what are you left with? If nobody talks to you on your post, are you able to have a conversation? Are you able to work a daily method of operations successfully because you've taken yourself to school for a semester and you've really practiced how to master these things, these critical skills? Guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna need to do it. And I know you can do this. The success you desire is out there waiting for you. It will not be conquered without skill sets. This is my system, and it's simple, don't you think? Was it helpful for you? Let me know. And guys, of course, if you've got other people that are building business either on your team or power partners, I invite you to share this with them so they can have, especially if they're the kind of people that are like, I don't have time for this. I feel so far behind. I feel like I can't catch up. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Guys, this training is for them. This message is for them. If we don't take a systematic approach to developing our skills, we will default to random, whatever way the wind blows us. And I'm telling you, that will not make deposits in your bank account, and it won't fully grow you to your true potential. Systematic approach to everything is required. Okay, I hope this was helpful. You guys have an amazing day. I invite you to share this out, share this with your people, share it on your wall if you feel anybody could get value from it. And yeah, if you guys are not part of my free sales training community, Crave the Close, drop hashtag Crave the Close in the comments and I'll get you invited to my community. All my free trainings, my best sales nuggets, tips, and tricks that I've learned foolishly so that I could help you, they're all there. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.